Imagine stepping into a luxurious high-rise, the kind where dreams are woven together with silk sheets and golden chandeliers. You've built a Fortune 500 company, forged from ambition and relentless effort, only to be confronted at the entrance due to the shade of your skin. This was the reality for Ava Johnson. Rather than succumbing to despair, she chose a path that caught everyone off guard. She returned, not as a patron, but as the proprietor. The day began like any other. The sun poured its warm embrace over the bustling avenues of Atlanta as Ava Johnson emerged from her sleek black car. In her early 40s, she donned a crisp charcoal suit that embodied her sharp acumen for business. Ava wasn't just another name in the crowd. She had diligently crafted AJ Properties into a formidable real estate empire that spanned several states. Yet, her ascent was fraught with challenges. She faced barriers that many would find insurmountable. Today was meant to be a moment of joy. A lavish getaway had been arranged at the famed Grand Luxe Hotel, one of the city's shimmering jewels. But as she stepped onto the polished stone at its towering entrance, an unsettling feeling coiled within her. She turned to her trusted assistant, Rita, who trailed closely with their bags in tow. "You confirmed our booking, right?" Ava inquired, her calm demeanor barely concealing her skepticism. Rita, who had been by her side for many years, nodded with assurance. "Absolutely. You're their honored guest this week. Everything is perfect." Ava returned the smile, but felt the ever-present burden of being judged for her skin color instead of her achievements. Drawing in a steadying breath, she walked toward the imposing entrance of the hotel. The lobby was opulent, awash with marble and sparkling lights, but as they reached the registration desk, the atmosphere shifted. The clerk, a polished young woman, delivered her greetings with a tight smile. "Good afternoon. What can I do for you?" Rita assumed her usual role, stepping up with confidence. "We have a reservation for Ava Johnson." The receptionist's expression wavered, a flicker of discomfort crossing her polished facade, and she began typing. Tense moments passed before her face transformed. "I'm terribly sorry, but there appears to be no reservation under that name." Ava felt her heart tighten. This wasn't her first encounter with such prejudice. She had endured this kind of treatment far too often. Rita, bristling yet poised, persisted. "We confirmed this weeks ago. Could you double-check for us?" The receptionist hesitated, visibly uncomfortable, before reaching for the phone. Moments later, a sharply dressed man entered. "I'm Thomas Miller, the manager. I understand there's a problem with your booking." Ava met his gaze, already anticipating his response. "I'm afraid there's been a mistake," Thomas stated, his politeness masking a deeper disregard. "All our suites are fully booked. I regret to inform you that we can't accommodate you today." Rita's face reflected outrage, but Ava placed a calming hand on her arm. Years of experience taught her control. She refused to give them the satisfaction of an explosive confrontation. "Understood. Thank you for your time, Mr. Miller." With that, she turned and walked out, her head held high. Rita followed, boiling with fury. "This is outrageous. We need to call the media or get legal help. You deserve better than this." Ava paused on the sidewalk, taking a deep breath. "Rita, I've fought this battle my entire life. I won't engage them on their terms." Rita's shoulders slumped. "What's our next move?" A determined smile crept onto Ava's face. "Let's find another hotel for tonight, and I have a strategy for the Grand Luxe." Later that evening, Seated in a different hotel room, Ava opened her laptop, her thoughts racing with ideas. She was resolute. She wouldn't allow the Grand Luxe to dismiss her like this. Instead, she plotted to return, not as a guest, but as the owner. A week slid by, and Ava, armed with her business prowess and connections, uncovered significant information. The Grand Luxe, with its glimmering facade, was struggling under financial strains. A perfect opportunity for her. Settled in a quiet cafe corner, she dialed her attorney. "Let's make them an offer they cannot refuse." The transaction unfolded swiftly. Thanks to Ava's expertise in buying businesses, everything progressed smoothly, and within weeks, she had secured ownership of the Grand Luxe Hotel without anyone, not even the unwelcoming staff, suspecting a thing. The day she signed the final documents, Ava felt no urge for revenge. This was more than payback. It was about a larger purpose. She wanted to demonstrate a pivotal change, not only for herself, but for the entire industry. A few days later, Ava returned to the hotel, striding through the entrance as its new proprietor. The receptionist from earlier paled as recognition dawned. Stumbling over her words, she looked lost, but Ava remained poised. "I'm not here for a room. I'm here because I'm the new owner." The young woman went ghostly white, but Ava had no interest in her reaction. She had work to accomplish. In the weeks that followed, Ava meticulously revamped the hotel's operations. She met with the executive team, including Thomas, the manager who had previously turned her away, and outlined her vision. "We will be implementing changes," Ava stated decisively. "The Grand Luxe will be a haven for all, with no room for discrimination. Inclusivity will be our new standard." Thomas fidgeted, attempting to defend the hotel's previous elitist norms, but Ava was resolute. "Exclusivity isn't synonymous with discrimination, Thomas. If that's an issue, it might be time for you to reconsider your position here." From that moment on, Ava's vision for the Grand Luxe began to take shape. She enlisted diversity experts to retrain the staff, built a more inclusive workforce, and made certain every visitor would be treated with dignity and respect, irrespective of their background. News spread rapidly through the city. While some of the hotel's former clients were skeptical, the establishment soon saw an influx of new guests, and it began to regain its status. The Grand Luxe, once a symbol of exclusion, transformed into a beacon of hope and progress. One evening, as Ava gazed out from her new office, surveying the glimmering city skyline, Rita entered with a newspaper in hand. "You must see this." Ava accepted the paper as a smile broke across her face upon reading the headline. "Ava Johnson revolutionizes Grand Luxe Hotel into a model of inclusivity." Rita beamed with pride. "You've done it!" "We've done it," Ava replied, gratefulness swelling in her chest. But she was cognizant that this victory was merely a stepping stone. The quest was larger than one establishment. Ava envisioned transforming the entire industry, ensuring no one would ever be denied respect based on their appearance. This was just the beginning. As Ava contemplated the horizon, she understood one fundamental truth. Justice may not arrive instantaneously, but when it does, its impact is undeniable. She had constructed her empire on resilience and determination, and now she was channeling that very strength to cultivate something even more impactful, an enduring legacy where everyone had an equal opportunity to flourish.
Engage with us in the comments about what resonated with you, and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring content. Until next time!